Wow, this thermal scope can read writing on a box. Here we are at 30 yards roughly. Got to focus on a bit more voice testing. So that's a heat pack in the middle of the box. Okay, let's refresh the screen. And we can actually read the writing on the box with a thermal scope. So I'm going to set this up to bore scope at 30 and verify at 70 and then fine tune at 200. It's a pretty simple plan. We'll see what happens. Soon it'll be my whispering voice. This is my whispering voice when there's a fox around. I don't think the XG picks it up. XL picks it up well. Okay, so we've set up for a bore scope at 30 yards. So that looks like it's pretty close to centre. Need to go a bit to the left and a bit up. Try to centre the middle of the heat pack. Can't refresh the screen. Can refresh the screen. Press the right button. Okay, now let's check that after all that pushing around the ball's still on. The rear rifle swing catches on the tab bag strap, of course. Okay. Timing. So we need to get that. There. So we want it 1.5 inches below. I'll get that in there, we'll take a shot. Okay, refresh the screen. Watch me walk out. let's load up for a shot and see how we go. Putting the old sticky tape that failed back into service. Signing's off. EMF's on. So we want to be about 1.2 inches low of the point of aim at this range apparently. So aim for the refreshed screen. I'll aim for the bottom left hand corner. All clear. Legs apart. Disturbed a moth. Let's pause it and go and have a look. Oh, you can watch me again. That was a hit on the N of green leaf, which is just above the G, I think. So I aimed here and I hit there instead of down there. Okay, back to 0, which means I mucked up the bore side. Or something else is pretty different. 27 degrees, we get sunburnt legs. The veil for the flies. So I want to be hitting an inch below. So focus on like this. So what you can see is white writing is black ink on the box. Below the N. Hit an inch below. That's not quite right. It's actually hitting an inch below. We want to say it's higher. I don't know, we want to be an inch above the N. Bottom left corner of the heat pack. Okay. The left and right windage is correct, left and right, but the elevation I aimed here and I hit in the middle there. I wanted an inch low, so I want to put the impact as being a heat pack high. Call the heat pack 2 inches. Can't really tell which one I'm selected here. Oh, okay, that one in green is the oxydances. So I want to say I aimed here and I hit there. Let's find something about 70. Well, that might help me find it. We'll see. We'll end this long video. So we went for 70 and I ended up at 80. So I should be a tiny bit high. Go for the top right corner. Oh, I'll go for the top left corner for the close. Top right when we get to 200. So top left should be a tiny bit high. That's saying 70 there. Target 79.80. Wind coming up just as I'm about to shoot, of course, so it shouldn't really matter. Let's go and check that. So here we are at 202. I aim at the top right as I may be hitting a bit to the left. I'll take one shot and go and see. Hopefully it turns out pretty well, of course. Maybe I'll throw in a 200, 400 yard walk. as you probably saw, back in from that walk. Still looking pretty cool. Let's refresh it and see. Looks like the same. Very nice. Should be a simple matter of zooming in and changing elevation. I think that menu makes that left side of the screen focus. I can't really see where those foil markers are. Out there. And take note of the inches. We'll give it a whirl. Rubens 5-shot group, here we go. Hat off, earmuffs on, and we're back in the shade. There's the box. Bottom right hand corner. Half an inch wobble on that one. Okay, we'll finally turn this off. Go and have a look. That 5-shot group hit down below the bottom left corner, and the wind, if it was 3 miles blowing, I don't know, from 10 o'clock, almost quartering towards the right, towards me, should have been 2 inches. So if I was sitting there, you know, it could have been all the way across there. Error plus 2 inches would have gotten me, I don't know, yeah. So it was about 2 inches to the left, plus another 2 inches of the wind. Doesn't seem quite right. So I might just make it, considering that the first shot was straight above. Well, let's bring it up a bit and a bit to the right. Aiming here, hitting across there. Okay, let's take note of the inches. Okay, so we're 19.47 and I wanted about an inch higher. So I'm hitting low, so I'll bring 18.47. And that should get me pretty close to that corner, so I'll just fire another two at that corner. Bottom right corner, and we should be pretty close, unless some sort of bizarre fuckery has occurred. These things do happen. Commonly known as user error, but for the life of me, sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Just wipe the dirt off around. H pack at 200 yards, xl60. Let's turn on the picture in picture and see what happens. Rifles level. It's not the finest pack. I might go and check the target, tilt the box back and see if that foil patch which is up there reflects if I tilt the box back. Because having a tiny little foil makes for a finer aiming point for these adjustments. Anyway, over and out for now. So in conclusion, this has all been with the 20 grain round nose wolf, or 20 grain hollow point, and I found that they drift a lot more in the wind than the 25 grain. The 25 grain with the better BC, you don't really lose anything on trajectory, even though the 20 grain's screaming. This barrel's probably shot 30 or 40 shots with no cleaning. The last two shots, one was about on par, and the other one was about, I don't know, 1.5 inches high. So I might just bring it down 1/4 of an inch. And it's was hitting basically in line, but there's still moment of a breeze. So if I shot during still moments, it's fine. But if I shot through moments of a breeze, I still could be hitting 1.5 inches, 2 inches left max on a still night at 200. I don't like doing any adjustments without verifying, but we trust the system here. We want to go to magnified so we get the finer increments. And we want to adjust up and down. So we're hitting a tiny bit high, so we want to go 1/4 inch high, which is good 18.5, 18.75. 18.25. Okay. Turning off for now. It's a 17 rem, 20 grain, 200 yards, zeroing. Lots of footage, lots of boredom. Should be pretty calm. Shooting a bit over 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. At maximum, I don't think I was over 1 MOA. I wasn't over 2 inches at 200 yards. And can we see the foil? Tilt the box. No. Focus tweet. Let's go through some pellets. It's not showing them as we scroll through. We scroll through the pellets by long pressing the use the rangefinder button. It's not really happening. There we go. You can see a little bit of foil there, I think. So at some stage, just about a square inch of foil. I'll refresh the screen. Flash the brightness. That looks like it's possible, should be possible, used to be possible with the xl60. Oh, signing off. If you made it this far, you probably should have something better to do with your life. But that's been the xl60 in action. It's go time. So I'm going to try to set up this little box for the zapper that stopped an entire season of insects without killing anything, just scared them away. Set this up at 30 yards and I should be hitting 1.2 inches low at 30 yards. I should be on at 70, so I might bore scope it at 30, take a shot at 70, and I should be within cooee at 70, which is a 0, and then out at 200. Sounds simple. Bore scope, verified, bore scope at 35, verify at 70, fine tune at 200. 17 rem, 20 grain. Oh, there's the breeze. This is after 2 shots. It's the first shot up there after the bore scope, and the second shot's there in the middle of the heat pack. I was aiming here and I want it to be down there at 30, so I've got to take it down, I don't know, the length of the heat pack, and hopefully it'll be right. Okay, cold bore sight adjustment at 30. This is the one at 70, and I'm hitting about the right elevation, but geez, a bit to the left. Anyway, might fine tune that a bit at 200 now. Should be on the box at 200. Here we are at the first shot at 200 yards. I was aiming for about there, and I hit there. So that's in line. Just got to come down about 3 or 4 inches, I guess. Glad it's on the box. I've got this little foil sticky tape stuff. Hopefully that'll show. If not, maybe it will say in the scope how far I've gone down in inches. So the wind's blowing across to the right a little bit. I was aiming here, and I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 group there. I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take that centre there to there. I might need to come up about half a heat pad, and since the wind's blowing to the right and that's still on the left, I might need to adjust that as well. it's go time. So I'm going to try to set up this little box for the zapper that stopped an entire season of insects without killing anything, just scared them away. Set this up at 30 yards and I should be hitting 1.2 inches low at 30 yards. I should be on at 70, so I might bore scope it at 30, take a shot at 70, and I should be within cooee at 70, which is a 0, and then out at 200. Sounds simple. Bore scope, verified, bore scope at 35, verified 70, fine tune at 200. 17 rem, 20 grain. Oh, there's the breeze. Okay, cold bore sight adjustment at 30. This is the one at 70 and I'm hitting about the right elevation, but geez, a bit to the left. Anyway, might fine tune that a bit at 200 now. Should be on the box at 200. Here we are at the first shot at 200 yards. I was aiming for about there and I hit there. So that's in line. Just got to come down about 3 or 4 inches, I guess. Glad it's on the box. I've got this little foil sticky tape stuff. Hopefully that'll show. If not, maybe it will say in the scope how far I've gone down in inches. So the wind's blowing across to the right a little bit. I was aiming here and I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 group there. I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take that centre there to there. I might need to come up about half a heat pad. And since the wind's blowing to the right and that's still on the left, I might need to adjust that as well. Well, last 2 shots aren't great, but there and there, so about, I don't know, 1 inch and a bit apart. One's there, one's there. Aiming here. So it might be a tiny bit high now. This is the original factory barrel, 20 grains. I don't know, might just bring it a tiny smidge down and call it a day. Fine tune one very still night if need be. Post range report, as they say. So this is the Remington 700A series. Yeah, that magazine flop like catching. But pretty tight bolt. There's a little bit there back there, but up there. Not as loose as some. XL60 scope. That's the Olight. It's a hard Balder R Pro on a spur. I think it's the skinnier spur Picatinny add-on. I'm going to have to start getting in the habit of, that's the rail there. I used to have this just mildly overhanging, but I put the spur quick detach 1 notch forward. I can just see the screw hole there. That gives me enough clearance here so that the cases don't catch on the light. But I'm re-zeroing everything, so that shouldn't make any difference whatsoever. Just remember to put it 1 notch forward for everything. Got the cover on that so that the reflector isn't catching everything. The laser still goes through. It's been bedded by me there. You can see the bedding, point bedded. That's the original barrel which I'm swapping out. Might have been a bit keen of me. It's shooting I'd be confident to say 0.75. MOA seems usually just over about half MOA. If I was properly rested on a still day and everything like that, I'd probably wouldn't be surprised if it was pushing under half MOA. Why did I order new barrels? Why? It's got the, let's see if I can do something. You can see the green in there. That's the Trigger Tech. It's a diamond, but the let's see. Obviously, I was shooting off a bipod for that video. The Trigger Tech diamond doesn't facilitate a bolt release under there, so I have to wedge down something skinny to push that lever. I'm getting a side release put in here. This bolt should be getting a M16 extractor on it. Should be getting a fatter lug there. Apparently A and B series have pretty good recoil lugs, but after that they go to stamped ones which are no good. This stock, or another stock like this anyway, might have to get a bit of wood taken out from there. And barrels floated. 17 rem. Fur Hunter's caliber. And cartridge. And that's about all. The beautiful Spur QD mount. Old Bino Pros, trail camera, bag, mount, and other assorted bachelor crap.